So as a VTuber, I gotta protect my community. I understand this is how it works, and a member of my community has been hurt. Kirsche. Kirsche has been blacklisted by the evil corporations, the fascist corporations. Let's see what happened.
We did get a list of screenshots of things that made staff uncomfortable, if you do wish to see some of them.
Right, so from my understanding, there was a volunteer that felt uncomfortable. They felt uncomfortable. So they went and they complained. And they said that the VTuber is making them feel unsafe. In other words, what they want to say is that they looked at this lady and they saw a human being whose life they wanted to ruin. They wanted her to be unable to put food on her table. They wanted her to be out there in the streets. But that is sadistic. That sounds really nasty. Like what type of human does this to another human, right? It sounds vile. So they can't really express what they're thinking in polite circles. So this is why they say they don't feel safe. It makes them feel uncomfortable. Like all these buzzwords which express these vile, sadistic tendencies that they try to keep bottled up, because otherwise people may judge them.
They are mostly tweets that you've made in the past. Oh, don't worry, chat. They are freaking amusing.
Yeah, so in 2024, we live in the age where criminals can take stuff from a store. They can rob a store, and as long as they rob under $1,000 in California, they just get slapped with a misdemeanor rather than an actual crime. You have like people that commit actual criminal behavior to the point that it shocks even Anna from the Young Turks, and they get let out with no bail the next day. Now I'm willing to bet that if you take any of those people with a criminal record and you get them into the VTube Expo, no one cares. You know, like that is between them and the government. That is between them and the state. Hey, you did the violent crime? I mean, I'm sure you're going to ask for it, right? Like, when's your court date? You know, just don't do crime in here. But what she did is beyond that. Like, it is beyond the pale. She tweeted, chat. She tweeted, like this is the atrocity that you can commit in the United States of America. So let's actually see what on earth did she tweet that is so dangerous, so harmful, that it made a volunteer from the Expo feel uncomfortable.
A few minutes later.
And I said, you say mostly tweets. I'm interested in what was given as reasoning beside the tweets. And he responded, a lot of them come down to gender identity and diversity, equity, and inclusion type issues.
Blasphemy laws. Blasphemy law. She blasphemed. This is what she did. Like it's like being in the bush here and saying you don't believe in Jesus. It's kind of like that. You don't have to articulate why that is. You can't really make any out. No, you blasphemed, so you don't get to hang around in polite circles amongst other religious people.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
And it shows 7 screenshots here. I'll bring those up.
I mean, look at this, right? Posted a Tim Pool video. You can't post Tim Pool. He is shaitan. He is shaitan himself. Said that, made fun about Discord allowing people to use pronouns. Like, how can you have a healthy, moral society without Discord allowing people to use pronouns? How can you even contradict this? Like, it's so self-evident that this is for the betterment of us all that she is making me feel uncomfortable now. I feel uncomfortable. Kirsche. Why do I not feel comfortable? Oh, hold on. I'm sitting poorly on my chair. Okay, now I feel comfortable. She didn't like. Oh, she talked about a transgender woman winning the weightlifting competition. You can't talk about this, Kirsche. Like, this is a verboten 9. Like, when you talk about it and you write it in the books, that book needs to be burned. It is verboten, Kirsche. Kirsche, what are you doing? Yeah, so basically, she gets kicked out of the Expo. Now I gotta tell people what this means, because a lot of you, maybe have gone to these Expos, but you've gone through the prism of being a customer, right? Like being a fan. But for the actual people that go there, they need to plan for a booth, right? So you're spending money on merchandise, you're spending money on artists, you're thinking about what you're going to say, how you're going to attract people. And because a chucklehead doesn't feel comfortable, you get told a couple of days before the thing, oh yeah, you're not invited. That makes you feel uncomfortable. Now, I also want to point out that Pipkin Pippa, allegedly, also made someone feel uncomfortable. I love how it is, you know, like these VTubers, they got millions of subscribers, right? And there's just like one chucklehead that feels uncomfortable, and all these millions of people get deprived, like get robbed from their entertainment. This is the correct mindset to have, right? Why don't we get to feel uncomfortable that someone else is uncomfortable? Huh? It's like, okay, you're uncomfortable about Kirsche. I'm uncomfortable that you're uncomfortable. I guarantee to you, if people would actually start boycotting these events, like the moment you see that they're caving in to people that are uncomfortable, and it's like, oh, well, someone was uncomfortable. Well, I'm uncomfortable too. I mean, you don't feel safe. Well, if you don't feel safe, I don't feel safe. Like, no one feels safe. So we best cancel the event. Because, unironically, I do not feel safe with these people. And the reason I don't feel safe is that this is the extent of the power, right? Like, this is the maximum level of harm that they can cause. It's like they're looking at a VTuber, and the maximum level of harm is they can get them banned from an expo. But imagine if these people actually got into a position of power. Like, imagine if they actually became a politician, or if they actually became a CEO or something like that. Like, we as a society would feel unsafe with these deranged lunatics who are like, oh, you posted something on Twitter that I disagree with, I want to ruin your life. Like, is that mindset that should be incompatible with a democratic country, with a free and just society? It's like, oh, well, so you posted something that I don't like, oh, well, and by the way, like, this is the same community that bullied and harassed women because of that Hogwarts wizard game. Like these individuals are not rational. They are irrational. So every single time I see a company or an institution humoring these chuckleheads, I want nothing to do with that institution. I don't want to give them my money. I don't want to give them my time. I don't want to, like, you are a danger to society by humoring individuals that go around harassing women over the internet because they're playing a video game on a stream. This is batshit insane what you're doing. You're empowering people that should not be empowered. So if you want to do that, fine, but not with my money. Now, Pipkin Pippa apparently was also targeted, as I said. Like, she also managed to make someone feel uncomfortable, but turns out that Fishman stepped in. Now, this is what I have heard. Take it with a grain of salt. Behind closed doors, this is the rumors that are going on. And the thing with Fishman is that he owns several booths over there. So the company went, we got our principles and we want our volunteers to feel comfortable, but we also feel more comfortable when we get cash. So even though Pipkin Pippa said similar things, if not worse, I mean, it's subjective depending on how progressive you are, we are going to allow her here because, well, Fishman complains. So, in other words, if you're an independent VTuber, life is hard. It is. It is what it is. Very disgusting behavior from the Expo. People are upset, rightfully so. And the reality is that there's more people upset than there are people cheering. Like, I'm looking on the internet. There are, for every single person cheering about this, there are at least 50 other individuals who are upset. And I do think that the culture is indeed shifting. And it's not shifting because of arguments. It's not shifting because of who's right and who's wrong. It's shifting because of this type of disgusting behavior. Like, the lady over the last couple of years, from thousands of videos she uploaded, made 7 tweets that you disliked. And for that, you think it's okay to try and ruin her life. Again, this is the extent of their power. Like, this is the worst that they can do. If they could do more, they would. They would. So, people are noticing this, and they're getting fed up with it. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.